The air rifle we're featuring today is quite simply the finest air rifle I have in my collection, and in my humble opinion, the finest air rifle I've ever had the pleasure of shooting. This is a Walther LGR, single stroke pneumatic 177 caliber. It is a target match air rifle. These were introduced by Walther, I believe in 1972, and they were made from then until 1989. This literally revolutionized the 10-meter target shooting. As this is a pneumatic air rifle, there is no moving mass inside of it other than the pellet when it travels down the barrel. So there is virtually no recoil on this gun at all. You couple that with an amazing Walther barrel and what I believe to be one of the best triggers on any air rifles. Now, many people will tell you that the best triggers are the Virach record triggers. Now, I have a Virach HW77, it has a record trigger on it and it is superb, but it's not as good, in my opinion, as the trigger on the LGR. Now, these air rifles are quite hard to come by in the UK, so I want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to my friend and fellow airgun collector, Greg, who managed to get hold of two of these, and I was able to shoot both of them and just fell in love with them. They're just, if you've never shot one of these, it will change your opinion of air rifles completely, just shooting one of these beautiful, beautiful guns. So Greg got two of these, very, very lucky to get them, and he very kindly offered to sell me one. So I now have a Walther LGR in my collection. Now these things are, well, just incredible bits of engineering, and we'll have a closer look at it. I'll turn it around so you can see the other side, because this is the cocking lever, this massive lever along the side here. Now, mine has a couple of things about it that are non-standard. This particular one was missing the original diopter sight when it was acquired. So this is a modern Milbro replacement diopter, but it's very, very similar. I'm sure it's not as good as the original Walther one, but it's very, very similar. Also, the sight reticule in the front barrel sight, which is down the front end there, which I think you can see. There we go. Let's have a close look at it. Now, this front ring here unscrews there and allows you to check the reticles. Drop in this slot here and allows you to change the reticles. Now that currently has a reticle of my own making. It's simply a brass disc with a 4mm hole in it. I prefer the globe hole sights reticules rather than the bead ones, so that's non-standard. So as I said, this is the massive long cocking arm which pulls out from the side and pulls the air into the cylinder and goes all the way back. Now at that point, that's pre-cocking. It will, in order to cock the gun, you have to move that right back so that it's in line with the barrel, and that will cock the gun. And then when you bring it forward, you're basically compressing the air into the chamber. It won't do that unless it's cocked, so it's not doing that at the moment. And we'll bring that back. Now there is one other addition that I've made to this, and I'll show you what that is. The cocking arm, the mechanism here is supposed to hold it against the body of the rifle, against the receiver. On mine it was a bit loose, so what I've done is I've added, this is a little tiny flat rare earth magnet which has been glued in position, and then that nicely holds the cocking arm in position. Right, let's have a look at the breech. So it has a very simple breech. You flip this lever up, which releases a catch, and allows this block to flip up. You put the pellet in the end of the barrel here, and then you simply close this, and this little retaining lug mates up with a mating hole in this part of the receiver here. So it goes down like that, locked in place. Now that's it. There is no safety. Generally air rifles of that time period, certainly the match air rifles, didn't have a safety. So, and that is simply, you know, how it works. Okay, so I'm going to pan down the length of it so we can have a closer look. The wooden stock is beautiful, just lovely. I'm not sure what wood that is. It could be walnut, or it's fairly light colour, so it may be beech. As I said, that's not the original rear sight. That's a Milbro modern replacement. Huge, great long cocking arm. This particular lever on this one is plastic. I believe some of the early ones, the handle, the lever handle is plastic. I believe some of the early ones were actually wood, although it is obviously, you know, coloured to look like wood. Right down to the weighted barrel end. And there you can see the markings on the top of the breech. Okay, so I guess all that's left now is to do a little bit of shooting with it. Now, this rifle is incredibly heavy. It weighs 4.8 kilos, which is roughly 10.6 pounds. And being a weak and feeble old man, I find it extremely difficult to shoot this rifle offhand freestanding. So I'll be doing the shooting sat down at a table using a rest, and we'll see how it goes. Well, I guess that shows you just how bloody good this rifle is. That's not me, that's the rifle. Pretty much all went down the same bloody hole. So there's 5 pellets in that hole, basically. Now, okay, you can say, well, it's shooting high. Yes, well, it will be shooting high. The sights are set up from my friend's 25-yard range. And I'm shooting over about, from the table, probably about 8 meters. So yes, it's going to be high because the sights are set to allow for the drop over 25 yards. Trust me, at 25 yards, that hole there would be right there, right in the middle. And it is, because I've done quite a lot of 25-yard target shooting with it, and it is spot on. It's just absolutely superb. The pellets I was using are JSBs, Match Diablos. They are wad cutters, and it really seems to like those, so that's the ones I've been using. Okay, well, that's about it for the Walther LGR. I just wanted to showcase this rifle because it is absolutely superb. If you want to see how good it is, go and watch Nibs over on the Walnut and Steel YouTube channel, because he's got one of these. He loves it, and he's done some amazing shooting with one of these rifles, far better than I can demonstrate here. So, as always, hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.